kaskazini na kusini kote, wanyama mbalimbali wa kupendeza, milima na mabonde ya kuvutia. Oweleho Afrika,
Oweleyo, 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 Africa, Africa.
As the African leaders are gathering in the capital of Uganda, that is Kampala, to discuss maternal and child death. Actually, maternal and child death are killing more people across the continent than conflicts. More than 500,000 women a year die in childbirth across the globe, almost exclusively in developing countries in Africa. Another 12,000 children die on the continent every day, mainly from the treatable conditions like malaria, pneumonia, and respiratory tract infections. Speaking at the opening of the 15th Ordinary Summit of the Heads of State at the Commonwealth Resort in Munyonyo, that is in Kampala, Mr. Jinping, the chairperson of the African Union Commission, told leaders at the summit that efforts to reduce both maternal and child health had been very, very slow. He went on to say that Africa's progress in reducing maternal and child death is still slow, and today we see more children and women dying needlessly of preventable causes than of conflicts. Mr. Jinping said countries across the continent were unlikely to meet their commitment to reduce the problem by up to 75%, the number of women and children who would die of preventable causes by the year 2015. No woman should be dying while giving birth, and we shall all work to speed up progress to reduce such a death and ensure safe delivery for every woman. The Malawian President and Chairman of the African Union, Bingu Mutharika, said it was shameful that children and mothers are still dying of easily preventable causes, describing the death as a crisis. He argued African leaders to come up with new strategies to make up for the lost ground. Africa and its friends rolled out a host of local and global issues at the summit of its leaders in Kampala, presenting a picture of quiet but steady progress on the continent, often used as a reference of where the rest of the world has been and should not return. As I'm talking to you now, we have just had the arrival of the Namibian president, and we also had the arrival of the Malawi president, because the Malawi president is the current chairman of the OAU. He took over from Gaddafi, and as you can see now, that is the plane of His Excellency the President of Namibia, who is coming to attend the 15th summit of the 15th. Stunted infrastructure, preventable diseases, feeble economies in a world of common challenges like the global financial slowdown, climate change, and terrorism were variously mentioned or will be mentioned by its leaders and invited guests. Indeed, as we are talking, the guest list reflects the international nature of the summit and Africa's own diversity. We will be getting speeches from representatives of the Arab League of Nations, the American President Barack Obama, a message from the Palestinian Authority, and Mexico, the host of the next global meeting on climate change. If you want to know more, keep watching this space. As I was talking to you, we just heard the President of Namibia. The President of Namibia is part of the contingent of 54 heads of states that we're expecting here today and tomorrow, including His Excellency Colonel Gaddafi, the President of Namibia. The President of Libya. But what is the story for us here today is that you can see this jet. This jet has just brought in the President of the President of Congo Brazzaville, that is Sunkweso. Now the story that is in town, we're here in Africa trying to rectify the problems of Africa, maternal health. We're here in Africa, in Kampala, trying to sort out the problem of Africa, including how Africa has been operating. But what I could see, which political pundits could say is a little bit crucial, is that the President of Congo Republic has come with almost 15 members of his team in all these big jets. You can see right now there, that is his team. Those are their bags, and some of the people are coming out of the plane. But that big plane, which is HZSKI, is for the President of Congo, that is Sunkweso, the one who has just passed here now. So pundits could say, is it worth it? Is this a presidential jet? And if it's not a presidential jet, for God's sake, can the president not get a very smaller craft? It's reasonable for 15 members of his team to come to Kampala to sort out the problem of Africa. Africa, which is plagued by hunger, civil strife. Congo itself is a thorn of Africa. Congo itself is a country which has got neighboring countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo. But what is a little bit disappointing for people I've spoken to here today is the fact that this is the plane, which is actually like a passenger plane that has brought the head of state, that is His Excellency, the President of Congo,